as I told you before the break, these are two individuals that I know of their work, I know of their dedication, I know of their passion, and these are co-directors of the Capitol Gallery. We're talking about Bismarck, we're talking about Medora, we're talking about Fargo, we're talking about people that love the arts, love tourism, love promoting, and like understanding and bringing that to people when it comes to a state that I'm very passionate about, the great state of North Dakota, and that is Marci Narum and David Borlaug. To both of you, I say welcome to Down the Road. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
There you go.
To be with you.
I gotcha. I want to talk about a little bit about what you're up to right now. The current exhibition that you've put out there. What does the exhibit do? What are you trying to tell people? What are you trying to show people?
I'm going to let Marci talk about that. She really put it together, but it's all bison.
Go ahead, Marci.
I'm sorry. Okay. So it's Bison Ballet, and we have artists from all across North Dakota, Pelican Rapids, Minnesota, from
Mexico,
New
Colorado.
Mexico. It's a huge show. We have about 70 pieces of art, from canvas to or oil paintings and acrylics to pottery and bronze and copper and steel. It's an amazing show.
And David, you know the passion I have for the outdoors and the passion I have for everything outdoors. All the critters, all the things that are involved with it. I don't think there's anything as majestic and beautiful as a bison. I just don't. When I go through the Badlands, when I go to a ranch that raises them, when I go to any place where they're just an amazing, amazing animal and part of our history. So describe to me why you got involved. Describe to me why you think this exhibit is something everybody should see. Obviously, we're having a little bit of trouble there, folks, with their connection, and we'll kick back into them in a little bit. So I'm gonna give it a try here and see if I can connect with David just a little bit later when my guys whispering in my ear tell me, okay? Because I want you to know about this. I want you to know about the exhibit. I want you to know this isn't just for Bison fans, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't just about NDSU. This is about what and who we are and your ability to really be able to connect with what our history is. And so when we had a chance to visit about it, and whether or not to put this on the show, the question is not whether, it's why not? Why not share some of this? So I'm going to go back and see if we've got a better connection now. Do I have you, David?
I think we've got a better connection. We're right over by our router.
Okay.
And we also have a Marcella Rose beautiful piece right behind us. Marcella's from Pelican Rapids.
I see that. Is that for sale or is that just for me to look?
It's for everything's for sale, but it does have a red dot on it, so we think it's sold. But yes, all of our art is for sale. We're a nonprofit, but we do sell the art, and that's part of how we raise money to sustain ourselves.
We were talking about bison before the break. Yeah. We were talking about how majestic bison are and why that needed to be and would be such a huge part of what and who we are. Is that what drove this? Is that what led to basically the exhibit that you worked so hard on?
Yes, very much so. For 3 years now, we've had a gallery in Medora working with the Theodore Roosevelt Medora Foundation. And I would go out into the park. Last year, I was in Medora all year, and during the summer season, that is. And I would go to the park every night. I'm pretty sure the bison recognized my black Audi. And, we had a real relationship. But no genre, no single subject has been as popular in our galleries for 5 years now than bison. We have sold literally 100 or hundreds of art with a bison theme. So it seemed natural. We've never really done a theme before in the sense of something so specific. And this is exciting. Like Marci said, it's 70 pieces, but they are world-class artists. Some of these artists have shown in Los Angeles to Santa Fe to Scottsdale, but there are artists now because North Dakota has a gallery that can do that.
Marci, talk to me about the history of this, because some of what you're seeing in the art, it isn't all just current art, I'm sure. I mean, talk to me about the different variety of pieces that are in the exhibit.
Okay. Well, some of our artists have been with the Capitol Gallery and the Foundation since the beginning, which was 5 years ago. We'll celebrate 5 years in November. Others, like Marcella Rose, she's brand new. And so we have Walter Peel, for example, who was the very first show. And of course, he is easily recognized. His artwork is, there's no artist like Walter Peel, and his work is very popular here. New artists that we bring in, we try to introduce new artists. We celebrate all of our artists. Some of them have great success, like Walter Peel, but Vern Erickson, who has spent time with American Indians and, grew up with and spent time on the reservations and has studied the life and the culture and the history. And so his work really resembles and it tells the story of the history of our American Indians and the bison. And he's 84 years old and has been painting for 71 years and is just a remarkable human being. And we're just happy to be selling his art.
Oh, it is what the Capitol Gallery is all about. It is, a perfect example of where we live and how you bring that to us. When you talk about the bison and you talk about this array of beautiful art, this, when I was looking at it right now, David, you know what I was thinking, and I do this a lot, I get it. One of the great things about my life right now is grandchildren. And I talk about them a lot on air. And they're not going to go into your gallery and buy art. They're not. And in fact, the big thing before I get there is to tell them not to touch the art. But I have to tell you, if we went into your gallery and they saw this work, they would be mesmerized. I mean, are you seeing some of that? Are you seeing this whole different, different generations connecting with it?
Oh, absolutely, particularly in Medora. And that's the great joy of this, Joel, to be in a place like Medora, thousands of people coming through. You can well imagine, I'll bet 90% of them have never entered an art gallery in their life. But here they are in North Dakota's tourist attraction, and they're in the Harold Schaefer Heritage Center to learn all about this remarkable North Dakotan. And then they come into an art gallery and they're mesmerized is right. And we encourage that. We encourage children to come in. We might keep an eye on a couple of them from time to time, but we love it. We love it that they are immersed in, they are being exposed to fine art. I had a young man who's a fourth grader, and he walked up to me and started asking really probing questions about a piece of art. And then he said, "We have a great art instructor in our school, and she was teaching me about the European masters and how they weren't all appreciated in their lifetime." I'm like, oh my God, and this is a fourth grader. And he so gets it. And he was looking at a piece of art by Britta Anderson that was splattered with asphalt. And he kind of got it.
Well,
the piece was called at one time, it was romantic. And as a fourth grader, he understood it.
I can tell you whoever that fourth grader's teacher is, they need to be more of them. There definitely needs to be more of them. And if I bring all 6 of my grandkids to you, I can tell you which 2 to keep an eye on. Okay.
Yeah, well, we pick up on that really quickly.
Do both of you have just a little bit more time for me? Just a couple more questions, if that's okay?
Sure.
David Borlaug and Marci Narum with they're co-directors of the Capitol Gallery. Now, don't forget, you can find them in Bismarck, Medora, and Fargo, and apparently in other places over in Minnesota as well. So stick around. We're going to get the opportunity to visit with these two just a little bit longer.
Yes.
You know, I've known David Borlaug and Marci Narum for quite some time. I worked with David on a number of projects and tried to help him get word out through my radio show, and obviously to support the Capitol Gallery in any way we possibly could. Now, David, this is a nonprofit, right? The Capitol Gallery?
Yes, we have a long history, a wonderful legacy, as you well know, that as an institution, 25 years ago, we created the Lewis and Clark Center at Fort Mandan at Washburn. Spent many hours on your show talking about that, especially during the bicentennial years. And then a few years ago, we made a dramatic change that it is now part of the state system. Effective this year, in fact, it's under the State Historical Society auspices. But a world-class museum and visitor experience, one of North Dakota's really tourism gems in North Dakota at Washburn, and that's something we're very proud of. So we made that shift. The state always owned the facility. It's just that our nonprofit raised the millions of dollars to expand on it through the years. And we just decided, let's make sure this is perpetual, so it became part of the state system. So then we changed our mission, and it's simply celebrating history, art, and culture. And we moved into Bismarck with the Capitol Gallery. We opened in Medora, and we're in downtown Fargo on Roberts Alley in an interior design showroom called Curated by Trevor Hill Design, and we have all the original art on the walls. So we remain a nonprofit, but now we're focused on fine art, and we're doing more and more outreach. We mentioned reaching out to children, for example. So many avenues for us to take as a nonprofit.
I want to bring Marci back in because I think we talked Marci, and hopefully we got a piece of art there that she wants to show. And I know there's another piece of art behind you that's a different piece than we had in the last segment. Marci, what do you have for folks?
Well, this is an artist from Minot, Carol Feilhaber. She was an educator, and she, for the first time, is trying bison. And so she did this really rather abstract piece, and then an expression, more of an expressionism piece. And then also back to Marcella. She's just so much fun and does just amazing work. Not just painting, but this is a raku, ceramic raku. Can we just...
Absolutely. We want to see it. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, you guys.
Yeah, it wasn't, on opening night, it did not last long. It sold rather quickly.
How come everything I love you guys already have sold?
It's because you have great taste. Here, we're going to, as long as nobody gets dizzy, we're going to give you want a little quick tour?
Oh, yeah. Let's see it. People want to see this work.
It's available.
Yeah, this one's still available, Joel.
Okay.
And we'll even deliver it to you if you'd like. We'll come to your house and hang it up for you.
Okay, let's talk about that while you keep showing me art and keep doing that. But hang with us. Tell people what that's all about, Marci.
So our Hang With Us program is we love to deliver artwork to your home and hang it for you, maybe even help you decide, does it go here? Should it be staged with some other artwork? Maybe you need two pieces. Maybe you can't decide which two or between two pieces or three pieces, and you need to live with them for a while. And we've done that. We've been out to Eastern North Dakota several times and delivered artwork, staged it, and the clients live with the piece for a couple of weeks. And then we go back, and David and I stand on the ladder and hang the artwork for the client, and we just love it. Hang with us.
Yeah. When we were in Arizona, Sue and I bought a piece of art that she just absolutely loved, and it was an investment. It was one of those pieces of art that had me scratching my head, and now I love where it's at. But one of the biggest questions we had when we brought it home from Arizona was just that, Marci. Where to put it, where to hang it, where people are going to see it, where it fits in, all of those type of questions. So this Hang With Us, my guess is people love it when you walk through the door.
Yes, and we love it too. It's fun to, it's like kind of like playing dress up in a way. You see a great dress on the hanger, and it's like, I don't know, and you try it on, it's like, oh my gosh, I love it,
Art is meant to be tried on.
Yeah.
It really is. And And especially, Joel, you can appreciate we've done several trips to Fargo, to Horace, to Detroit Lakes. It's a way for people who don't get out our direction necessarily. We come to them.
Well, but that's another question I have for you two, which is, there's a lot of people whose attention you've gotten now. They're looking at this work as you walk around, and as the guy shows some of this work on our station right now, and like I said, they're looking at it, and some people are saying, I want that, and yet they might not be able to get to the gallery. Is this something they can take part in without getting physically to the gallery?
We can come to them, or they can go to our website, thecapitalgallery.com. We have a portfolio there of many of our artists. They can click through and then give us a call.
What's so fun too, Joel, is that our information is available on our website. But David has, been sitting in a restaurant and getting text messages. He's sold more paintings, certainly more than I have, but you're just sitting in a restaurant, text messaging people, texting photos of artwork, and back and forth, and they're not local. They're from out of state or.
The bottom line is we're always on.
Yeah.
And Joel, you can appreciate a year or so ago, a young farmer from the central part of North Dakota. I said, "Give me a call when you come in from the field." Well, it was 11:15 at night. And I was in bed, but I was texting him photos, and he bought a $7,000 Walter Peel just like that.
Well, that's the David Borlaug I've always known. And Marci, it is good to see you again. And I'm not trying to be condescending, but when you looked at that rack of dresses, you picked out the right one. So thanks for coming on with us today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Joel. Let's do it again.
One more time, David, the website. Where can they go?
The Capitol Gallery, capital with an A, thecapitalgallery.com.
Again, thank you too. Appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
When we come back, some closing comments for you as we end our trip down the road.